If you give the point SYS, the point will be the system point, and you count delays.
And markers used for DIDO.
Yes, markers used for the boolean statement, and the register used for the continuous statement. Okay.
Can you explain more about soft?
Okay, later. Okay, this afternoon I will introduce the last part of configuration about the application editor. In our system, we can only use the landscape to configure the application. And here, in this system, we just finished the network configuration, the hardware configuration, and the point configuration. And this is the last step. We can do the application edit here. So we just click here. And this is application editor. And you can draw a landscape in this area. And this is the FLD index. This is the FLD index. All the landscape, all the logic, we call it one sheet of FLD. And here it is blank because we have not configured any FLDs. And there are application editor, and we can okay. Not on this PowerPoint. So the presentation notes gives us, and I will write it for you. Okay. You configure the application. It is like you just make a book. And the book first should have the cover, right? A book. If you want to make a book, you need the cover and maybe the index, and maybe the contents. And in our application, if you want to make this book, our system will provide you about 6 different sheets you can use. 6 different sheets you can use. And the first one is comment block. The first sheet, the first type of sheet is comment block. This is the first sheet. This is the first type of sheet. The comment block, you can put all the contents you want to write on this sheet. So this sheet is used to be a cover of this book. So this is the first one. Then the second sheet we can use is FLD index. FLD index. It is just like the index of a book. It is like the index of the book, and it will list all the names and the pages of all the FLD sheets. And the third type of sheet is tag number index. Tag number index. It will list all the points in this book. It will list all the points in your program, in your application. And the fourth we named program block. Program block. And in this page, in this sheet, you can build your logic. You can build your logic in this type of sheet. And we have other two named function block. And equation block. This two kind of sheet is like the template. It is like the template. You can make some function in this template, and in the program block, you can initiate the template. It is like the template in TCAS. You can finish the function. And put it into the template. And in the program block, you can use it. And in our lab, we will have equation block. After you do that, you will understand what is function block and equation block. So we just have this different types of sheets you can use. And Honeywell may give you some advice about this book. So Honeywell advises you to use the first page of the book as the cover. And Honeywell advises you to use from number 2 to number 9 page as the index. FLD index. And it is just some advice. You can follow this advice or not. Maybe if your book is very thin, and maybe it has just a few of pages, and maybe you can just only leave 2 or 3 pages for the index. But if your book is very thick, there are many different FLDs in your book, and the index should have more pages. And Honeywell advises you to use from 10 to 29 as the tag number index. It depends. If you have many points in your system, you can leave more pages for the tag number index. But if you have just a few points, you can get less. And hardware advise you to use from 30 to 99 as some description. You can describe the symbols and you can describe some functions in your application. And the program block, Honeywell advised you from 100 to 1999. So you can use it. You can use it as the program block. You can follow this advice or not. And Honeywell advised you to use from 2000 to 499 page for the function block and equation block. If you have many function block or equation block, you can give more pages. And if you have not, you can give less pages. And what about the 2500? The maximum here is 2499. What about the 2500? Because you can't build more than 2500 sheets. So this is the maximum pages. You just can build less than 2500 FLDs in our system. And usually it is enough. Okay, now I will make this code in my system, and you can see how to make this code. First, the page one, we need to make the page as the cover. And if you want to make the cover, which type of sheet you need to set? If you want to make a cover, which type? Yes, we may use the comment block. So I want to first create a new sheet. And here you can select which type of sheet you want. Because I want to set the cover, so I may use the comment block as the first sheet. And this is the tag name of this sheet. You can't change that. Remember, this is the tag name of the FLD, the sheet. You can't change that. Maybe you may tell me, I want to change the name of this sheet. For example, I want to give the name cover for the sheet. Yes, you can do that. You can do it in this section, title. You can give the name here, but you can't change the tag name. If the page is number 1, the tag name will be first your controller name, and the second FLD, and this is the page number. So you can't change this. You can give the name you want here, the title. For example, I maybe give the name cover here. And the others you need not to set. Okay. So this is my first page. And you can see here. You can see a lot of points here. And you can zoom in or zoom out. And the area covered with the point array is the sheet. So all the contents you want to put should be in this area, should be in this area. And after you create the first one, the first sheet, all of these tools you can use. So next, I will introduce one by one what's the function of this different type of tools. Okay, the first type you can see this is function. No. This is connection. And you can just find two tools in this sheet, in this page. One is single line, and the other is double line. The single line we always use to connect with the stator parameter, the Boolean parameter, the digital. And the double line we use to connect with the analog continuous data. So this is for the digital data, the stator data, and this is for analog data. So this is about the connection here. Okay, the second tape is the input and output of the FLD, of the landscape. It is the input and output. You can reference the point by using these tools. You can see DI, EI, AI, right? This is the point. And this, the circle means the point between different pages. Because in our system, one point can be used by only one page. And if other page also want to use this point, they may be reference the parameter from this page. One point can only be used by one FLD. And the other sheet, if the other sheet also want to use this point, they may use this symbol to reference the parameter. So this is like the parameter connector, something like the parameter connector. And the third sheet is the logical calculation. And this is AND. This is also AND, right? And this is OR. This is also OR. You can select the logical gate in this table. So this is for logic. And the fourth table. The fourth table named compare and calculation. Compare and calculation. Usually we use the compare and calculation for the analog data, for the continuous data, and we usually use logic. On the stator point, on the coil, on the burning values. So this is about the calculation. This two. And the fifth type is the counter, register, and timer. These are all timers, on delay, off delay, timers. So this is the fifth. And this is about the function block. If you make the template, if you want to make the function block, you need to use this. And in our lab, in our lab. The last FLD is the function block, and you can use this tools to make a function block. And the last one is the others. The others, you can give some. For example, text by using this tool. You can set the cloud line by using this other tool. The cross line means in this line, all the contents will not be calculated by our system. And this is type convert. It can convert different. It can convert data between different types. And this is just a register. You can save. You can keep some number in this register. For example, I will show it to you in the program block. So these are the 6 different type of tools, and we will go back here. First, we want to make a cover. So the cover should have some contents on it, and we can use the text. To make some description on this sheet. And you can enter the words you want to say. For example, training, SM training. And here you can modify the scale and the stroke. For example, I can modify it at most to 10. And this is the text. And you can locate the text by clicking here. And you also can move it. For example, I want to set this text in the middle, in the center of this page. Okay, it's okay. And you can give some other text here. And you can also modify the scale and strokes. Okay. So this is the first page, the cover. And you need to build. If this is a book, next you should have the index. You can build another sheet and select the type. For example, I want to make the index, so I can select the FLD index here. From page 2, and don't change this name, and you can give the name here, for example, index, and OK. After you click OK, it will need you to click this button again, and this is index, and this is index, but you can't do anything about the index because the system will generate the index for you. You can't do any configuration about index. You just set the page. For example, I want from page 2 to page 4 are the index. So the page 5 maybe is the next part. I build a new sheet, and modify the FLD number, maybe page 5. Maybe page 5. And you can see the tag name of page 5 is what? FLD number 5, right? This should be the same as the FLD number. And you can give the name. You can select the type. Maybe next part is about the tags. So I can set the tag number index. Okay, tag number index. And the title I give is about the tag list. Tag list and okay. Okay. So this is the tag list. And you still, you can see you still can't do anything about the tag list because the system will make the list for you. So you just set the page. And maybe from page 10 to page 20, I will give you some description about this book. Maybe the symbol description. I can build another sheet. And if you want to give the description, which type should you choose? If you want to give some description, you can also choose the comment block. From, for example, 11 to 20. From 11 to 20. And you can give the name. For example, function description. Okay. And here we are. You can give some description you want. For example, I will give this symbol. And I will give the description. For example, this is ant, gate. Like here, like this. And you can give some other description about this book. And next part, it is the key. You can maybe from page 21. I need to make the application, and I can create a new page, and the page is 21. Then you can select the type. If you want to build the logic, if you want to write your application, you need to use this program block. And you can give the title. For example, this is logic number 1. And you can also set the unit and the subunits of this. For example, this is A. This is A1. And you can give a drawing number here. It is like the description. And okay. So this is our program block. And you can make your logic here. Here on the left side, there are double lines here. And these two lines, used to locate the input. And the double line on the right hand, they are used to locate the output. And I can do a very simple logic. For example, first we can use the input here. Maybe it is a DI. And you can locate this DI point like this. after you locate the location, the position, and our system will give you the point list, and you can select which point you want to locate here. For example, this one. So this is the first point. This is the first point. And after you do that, this point LSH013 cannot be used by the other page. You can only reference the parameter, reference the data from this page. Okay, another one, maybe another point. And here you can use, for example, maybe this is the AND gate, and you can modify the size of AND gate. This is 6. This is 6, and you can change that. Change, and maybe you want 9, and the gate may be longer, and you can connect the 2 points into this gate with the connection, because these 2 are digital input, they are status data, so you need to use the single line, not this one, right? You use single line. And you can output this result, the result of this gate to maybe another point. For example, we give a DO here, and I just select this
Cây ghét
DO.
lấy ở đâu vậy?
So this is a very
Cái này là
simple, very
cái này.
simple logic, and you need to notice this. If you need to notice this, the output of the gate must be located in the middle of the gate. For example, if I connect the output here, and it will give you an error. You must connect the output
Ai bảo thực kệ xấu đấy.
in the middle.
Giao diện sao vậy?
In the middle.
Wow.
And this one is useless. From here to here, you can right click and delete. So this is about why. Okay, I will give you another. Maybe I have another logic sheet. Maybe I will create a new one. It is also program block. And the page. The first one is 21. The second, maybe this is logic number 2. This is logic number 2. And the page of logic number 2. What page should I set? Maybe someone tell me 22. Okay. Notice that you can set 22 as the second page, as for the logic number 2. But we advise you to leave some blanks between different logics. For example, logic number 1 is page 21, and you can give 25 for the logic number 2, because maybe in the future you need to modify the page number 1, the logic number 1, and one program block can have at most 13 input and had most 13 outputs. One page can only have 13 input and 13 output. And maybe in the future, the logic should be modified by you. And then maybe you want to add some new input for this logic. But it is more than 13. It is more than 13. So you need to put the new input and output in another page, in another sheet. And if you have the blank, you can put the new input and output on page 22. And if this is 22, the new input and output you need to take after that. So we advise you to leave some blank sheets for different logics. So this is logic number 2. And I will have another DI. For example, this. And I will use this point. And here is a OR gate. And I connect with the OR gate. But the other input, maybe I still need the point LSHO13. But this point has been used by the page number 1, right? The page, the FLD 21. And in this page, on this page, if you select the DI here and want to select the point, you can't find this point on the list, on the system point list. Why? Because the point has been used. So if you want to use this point, you need to use the reference. And this is the DI, right? This is the DI. So you need to use this marker, the marker reference. So this is the marker. Once you put one marker here, the system will create a marker point for you. You need to reference this value. So you can use the marker output. Okay. And you can while
Chọc khe. Cái bực.
So this is the reference. The reference still use this value, but not the point. And you can see here, there are three numbers. The first number is 21 means what? The first number, 21 means what? The first number means the data source. The data is from page 21, right? And the second number, 0 means what? 0 means
Number
what?
value
It is the destination of this data, but I have not decided, right? So this is 0. And the last one, outside the circle, number 1. This means what?
status of
This means this is the first reference on this page. And if you give another, you can see 21 0, but the number outside is number 2. So this is the data reference. But we just finished 1/2 job. And in this page, if you want to reference the data from the page 21, you need to use this input reference. This is output reference marker, and this is input reference here. And here you can select the point. We have this from 21, page 21 to 0, and this is the first data reference of page 21. You can select this. And don't forget to do that. Click here. That means you associate the input reference with the output reference. And OK. So you can see here. And you can also see here. So now the first number is still 21, right? Because it represents the data source. Can you see that clear? This is more clear. It is still 21 because the data source is from page 21, right? But this, for now, it is not 0. The destination, you can see it. It is page 25, right? Page 25. And you can also see here, the data source is from page 21. And it is get to the page 25. And this is the first input reference of this page. So that is the data reference. And you can connect with the reference. So this is about the reference, the reference, and maybe you can give the output to another. For example, this something like that. Okay, so this is the program block. Next, I will show you how to use the function block. Sometimes maybe we can do some function. As a template. And in the program block, we can use the function block. We can use the template. So I will create a new sheet for the function block. And we always advise you to give a large number for the function block. Maybe this is page 2400. And the type is maybe function block. And the title, maybe I want to make the template about 2 out of 3. A vote, 2 out of 3. It is a voter. 2 out of 3. Okay. So this is the new sheet. And you can see it is just like the program block. And you can use all of this. You can use all of these calculation tools to make the template, but except some of the input and outputs. You need to use this as the input and output. For example, this is a voter 2 from 3. So maybe this function block should have at least 3 different inputs. So I can use this for the digital input, this for the analog input, this for the digital output, and this for the analog output. So I may use this. The first input, you can give the description. The second input, the third input. Okay, just only three inputs in this function block. And you can do the 2 out of 3 function. Maybe I will use 3 AND gate. And connect with the input. And we have another gate, the OR gate. Maybe here.